Besides 50,000 contractors working with KBR doing troop support and 20,000 private security guards, there are another 40,000 contractors working for companies like Bechtel, Parsons, and GE on reconstruction jobs at scattered sites throughout Iraq. To see them, we needed once again to travel outside the walls of the green zone.
We have a fully qualified medic in the rear vehicle. We have a medical bag in each vehicle. It's the blue bag behind your seat.
We rode along with a security company, taking some personnel to a power plant outside of Baghdad. For their safety, both the security guards and the client asked not to be identified. We were told the trip would take about a half an hour. But not far from the center of Baghdad, we hit traffic. The guards get out to set up a kind of security perimeter.
Okay, stay calm, guys.
Then the commander notices a white sedan on the right shoulder and alerts his guards over the radio.
The one parked on the right there. Little white one. 2 front, 1 rear. That guy's still giving you the eye.
He thinks the car may be loaded with explosives.
Yeah, don't walk up on them, because if they detonate, you're down.
Sitting still, we are vulnerable. The commander decides to reroute us back through the center of Baghdad. Eventually, we get through town. But on the way back out, we hit another traffic jam. This time on a bridge. We are boxed in. All the defensive driving in the world cannot protect you from a suicide bomber here.
Gentlemen, I'm going to recommend we abort this mission and try it another day. Let these guys through and make a space so we can turn around.
We never did get to see the new power plant.
Sorry, gentlemen, we gave it our shot.
Last June, a convoy of GE contractors were on their way to a power plant outside Baghdad. Three GE employees and 2 security guards were among 13 dead and 62 wounded in a bomb attack. The total number of contractors that have died since the war began is hard to say. More than 300 contractor deaths have been reported in the press, but not all companies report casualty numbers. Families of contractors who've been killed in the line of duty have recently taken some companies to court in the U.S. The families of the 4 guards killed in Fallujah are suing Blackwater for wrongful death. But in a privatized war, it's hard to determine who can be held responsible.
I blame Blackwater, its employees, but I am very upset that our government allows companies to do business the way they do in Iraq.
Our government cannot subcontract out their wars and take no accountability for anything that happens, and that's basically what they're doing.
A tangled chain of contracts has so far obscured any final accountability. Blackwater was contracted through a Kuwaiti company, Regency, to a Cypriot company, ESS, the food caterer. But ESS has refused to tell Frontline exactly who they were working for. We asked ESS about a clause in its contract that references KBR. Without explaining the clause, ESS said it wasn't working for KBR on March 31st. KBR also says it wasn't involved, and that under the terms of the contract with the Army, KBR and all its subcontractors must use military security. I asked KBR's Paul Surgeon if he could clear this up.
Why was Blackwater involved in providing ESS trucks security. They were picking up kitchen equipment from the 82nd Airborne.
I have no idea. That was a year ago. I can tell you what the situation is today, contractually, but I have no idea what the contractual situation was.
Were you here
a year
then?
ago. No.
Is ESS a subcontractor today?
Yes. They have some dining facilities contracts, yes.
Untangling the chain is impossible without cooperation from the companies.
Hello. Yes, I'm looking for Alan Morgan George.
While we were in Kuwait, I tried to reach ESS.
Who could I talk to there who's managing the catering contracts in Iraq right now?
I had no luck, and since then ESS has refused to discuss the language in the contract. Blackwater, which denies responsibility for the contractors' deaths, says it doesn't know who directed the March 31st mission. The man who managed the Army's logistics contracts in spring 2004 was also unable to clarify what happened.
What happened in the case of the Blackwater contractors who went into Fallujah, and they were protecting trucks that were going to pick up kitchen equipment? It's in violation of the contract that you had, correct?
No, I can't tell you that it was a violation of the contract.
Why not?
Because because of at the level at which it was being conducted within subcontractors, both the security and the sources. I can't tell you that they violated the contract.
Very frustrating to have that sort of lack of visibility in contracts.
True, but again, we're operating more than 42,000 people spread over literally millions of square miles across Southwest Asia, and our ability to look at every single thing in a contingency type operation just doesn't exist.
With so many contracts and so little transparency, we may never know what happened on March 31st, 2004, nor who is liable. With the Fallujah contractors' case not yet scheduled, the families are forced to wait. Our trip is nearly over. We have only one decision left to make: how to get to the airport. As we are deciding, we learn that there has been an attack on the airport road, involving the team we rode with 2 days earlier. This man, who had protected us, was killed. That same day, there was another attack. Andy Melville at Airness showed us an insurgent's video off the internet.
This clip is particularly distressing, and it shows the execution of a private security operator. So if it's a start this disc right there, it is
Skylink, a contractor that ferries people from the green zone to the airport, has had a helicopter shot down north of Baghdad. 10 men are killed in the crash, including 6 Blackwater security guards.
Stand up. Stand up.
The Skylink pilot, a Bulgarian contractor, is the lone survivor of the crash.
Go, go. Go.
He is also the last victim.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
We opt to go to the airport by road with a Russian detail from Airness. The military calls this Route Irish. The Iraqis call it Death Road. In the last 4 months, there have been at least 150 attacks on this 10-mile stretch. The U.S. military and their partners in the private sector have been unable to secure this vital link. America's exit from Iraq is hard to envision. But it's clear that the private contractors we met will be in business for a long time. We've cleared the last checkpoint. An airport has never looked so good.